Head over to miniaturemarket.com where they have thousands of board games at discounted prices, and you can sign up for product alerts. Hello my friends, it's the Game Boy Geek here. Today we're going to be gathering all sorts of different ingredients like berries and lemon and ginger, jasmine, lavender. We're going to be grabbing things from the pantry like milk and sugar. Today we're going to be making tea, but not just any tea, we're going to be making chai. Today we're taking a look at chai. It is a resource management contract fulfillment game for 1 to 5 players. It was on Kickstarter recently, and I've got a full production copy. So let's take a look. I'll show you how it's played. I'll see you on the other side. Chai is a resource management contract fulfillment game where you're going to be grabbing items from the market, putting them on your board, grabbing items from the pantry, and using those to fulfill contracts for tea that people want to drink. Now here we have the game set up. I'm using the playmat, which does not come with the base game. This is an additional purchase, but I wanted to show you that it's available because it does make the game look even that much more beautiful. So in Chai, again, you're trying to gather different things from the market, and you're trying to fulfill different objective cards or contracts, if you will, for people that want tea. The game is played over 5 rounds, and each round, each player is going to take turn in clockwise order, and on your turn, you're simply going to take an action, and it'll be the next player's turn. One of the actions you can take is to visit the market. Here's the market. When you go there, you actually get 3 coins to spend. You might also have some from before, but you got to spend at least 1. Now, how this works is you'll see we have different items in the market, and this says 1 coin. These ones are essentially 2 coins, and these 2 columns are 3 coins. Now, when you take one, you have to pay for it. Again, you get 3 right off the bat just for going there, but it's interesting how this works. For example, if I want to take this lemon, it costs me 1, so I will pay 1, and I'll take this lemon. Now, all of these items are going to go here on your board, and you can have up to 12 of those items. However, these are going to slide down. And now that these are all touching, I can get all 3 of these for 1 coin. So I would spend 1 and I would get all of these. Now that all these slide down just like this, I could get 2 of these for 1 or both of these for 2 actually. So if I want to buy this, I get this and this because they're touching, but you got to spend the one that's more. So this one would cost me 2, but you get both of them. And you'd slide them down whenever you're done buying, you don't have any more money left, these all slide and this would get refilled up. Now there's a whole bag of these different ingredients that you'll be pulling up and you'll be refilling that with. Now coins in this game are just nice tokens. However, there was a deluxe version on Kickstarter that had metal coins. Now, instead of going to that market, your single action could have been to go to the pantry. Now here, you essentially take any 3 items from this pantry. Now, when you start taking these, they don't refill right away. They refill at the end of your turn. However, you can reset this before you take any for 1 coin, get rid of all these, and bring new ones out. And there's a bunch of those in a bag too. And when you take items from the pantry, they go down here. So what are all these different ingredients? Well, we have lemons, we have berries, we have ginger, we have jasmine, we have lavender. And then in the pantry, we have things like milk, we have sugar, we have honey, vanilla, and chai spices between all of these here. So you can go to the market, you can go to the pantry, or for your single action, you can reserve one of these different customers. And these customers want different things. Like this one wants 2 berries. All right, well, 2 berries, it will end up getting you 4 points at the end. Where this one wants, 6 total ingredients, but they'll get you 12. It'll be worth more. So for one of your actions, for your only action, instead of doing those other 2 things, you can take one of these and reserve it, basically placing it so only you're the one to be able to fulfill that later, but you can only hold 3 of those that are unfulfilled. Now, after reserving a customer, you can use one of the abilities. These are cards that come out. They're sort of random, but they allow you to use an ability like fulfilling a customer with 1 less item. Like this one, you could do it and just use 1 less. This one is you can actually turn 2 of your ingredients in and get 2 other ones from the pantry. So it's sort of like swapping it. Or it's like using any 2 goods together as any 1 good, things like that. But you can use those abilities after you reserve a customer. Now at the end of your turn, regardless of which of the 3 actions you take, you can fulfill an order. And it could be one that you've reserved earlier or one that's out here on the board. So let's say we had the 2 berries, right? We want to use this, we would put these, these would get discarded, and we would get this and we'd place it next to us. It'd get us 4 points at the end of the game. However, we'll see that these cards have different colors on the bottom. Here we have white, black, and blue because those are the 3 players that are in the game. And so what happens is you need to also add that tea leaf to it. So what we would need is to get the player who's playing the white color to get one of their tea leaves. because this is essentially, theirs. So we would have to pay them a coin in order to do that. However, our tea leaves are the black colors. And so if we were to do one of these ones that has a black border, we wouldn't have to pay anything extra. We would just put this in addition to it. So you're looking at whose sort of cards these are for what color player. And if you use one of their customers, then you have to pay them a coin. Again, so for example, we would put the white tea leaf, we'd give that player a coin, and we'd put the 2 berries, and we'd pick one of these 3, and we'd put it in there, and then we would get a tip. We'd flip this over, it's like, oh, it's 3 coins. But sometimes it's empty, or sometimes you'll get, a coin, sometimes you'll get a wild good or things like that. And then this would come off just like this, and you'd have a new customer to think about, fulfilling. Now the round ends when the last tip token is done, meaning the last teacup is full. That ends the round. Now use this cool little temperature gauge to move the round marker up. There's 5 rounds. It's going up the temperature of the tea. Now this is Fahrenheit, but they also have Celsius on the other side. So this keeps track of which of the 5 rounds you're on. Then the next player clockwise, who's about to take a turn, gets to take one of these cards here, and it's a new ability. This is when you fulfill a customer, you get an additional 3 coins, and you can basically cover any one of these other abilities up, meaning that ability is now gone, but now you have this one. That's pretty much the game. At the end of the game, players are going to count up all of the points from the cards that they have fulfilled, plus any money they have. And in 3 to 5 player games, you'll get a diversity award, which is a funny little word there. Each player counts the number of different base tea colors that they've actually used. And essentially, they'll get a point for each of those different ones as well. Whoever has the most points is the winner. All right, lots to like about this. This game is absolutely beautiful. From the box, to the components, to the art, to the colors, to just the way it looks. Great production of this. Now, Kickstarter games sometimes can go crazy with production. I actually showed you my Kickstarter, it was a Kickstarter version with the deluxe coins and the playmat and all that sort of stuff. But even the normal general retail components are great in this game. It just looks so good. The graphic design, the art, just everything. It's just such a great package, really stands out on the shelf and things like that. The game has a lot of streamlined mechanisms. I like that. You're just doing 1 of 3 things. Go to the market and get ingredients. Go to the pantry, get ingredients. Reserve a customer. And then possibly fill one. Pretty simple. This takes sort of the idea of sort of Splendor type things. It makes it even more approachable with something that doesn't look as bland and doesn't look as intimidating. This looks nice and easy on the table. It has that sort of Splendor feel, but in a much more, nicer looking package and a little bit easy to teach. The best part of this game is the puzzly nature of that market. I love trying to figure out that puzzle of where are the different tiles, what do I need, what am I trying to get, what's the most efficient thing to do. If I buy this will slide, then I can buy this and get 3 of these for this price. And I just love that aspect. It's the best part of this game for me. It's what sets it aside from others. Otherwise, it's resource management. A light strategy game with resource management and contract fulfillment that looks amazing, which makes the game more fun than all those parts. But when you add this puzzly nature, this is really what, for me, sets it aside from other games. It's my favorite part of the game is that puzzly nature of it. I like that you're trying to balance between ingredients from the market and the pantry goods. You're trying to figure out, which ones am I going for? How am I trying to use these? Which should I be reserving people? Should I save up for the one that I don't have to pay the coin to somebody and get mine? Or should I just go for that one and give that person the coin and just be okay with that, I like that you're fulfilling when you're gathering, when you're reserving the customers, you also are able to use those special abilities and those change. And choosing which one to cover at the end of the round is an interesting choice, depending on where you're at, where the other players are at, what resources they have, what you think they're going for. What's out there in the market. You can cover something up to kind of hinder an opponent and make something better for you. And that's an interesting, it's always an interesting decision, I think, when you're figuring out that special ability. And I like that they're just kind of randomized and there's different ones. So the different mix of them is going to make the game feel different. So those ability cards I really like. So overall, I think if you're looking for sort of a light strategy game that has some sort of, resource management, contract fulfillment that looks nice, easy to play, is a breeze, has a decent amount of strategy, but is still, you can play it pretty casually, good for families, this is one to look at. On the negative side, the only thing I really disliked about the game was the randomness of the coin tips at the end. When you've done all this work, you put the thing in those really cool teacups, and you flip something over and it's like nothing. Somebody else flips it over, 3. That could be the difference in the game because these games are usually pretty tight. It's just too random for me. And I understand they're trying to make it family friendly and make it so that, maybe kids can compete with adults. I would have much rather have seen things like those tokens are open, you can see them, and instead of being money, they would just be different resources. So they're sort of more even, But one thing is going to make you shoot and go something faster than something else. It's like, you know what? I have these 3 customers that I want. I could fulfill this one now, and if I do, I could get that good, which will help me the next one. Or do I really want to take my time and try to get this other one, knowing that that might not be there, but I'll be able to get the one that's the most points. And you'll have more interesting decisions, even though it's open information. It would help you plan more, help you try to see, have a little, almost like a little engine building there. I would have much rather have seen something like that than just random money. That was my only negative thought on the game. Did not like that at all. But I understand they're trying to make it a family game, but I would have preferred the other method. But overall, I think you know what I think right now. And I think hopefully you'll be able to tell whether you like this game or not from that, and that's Chai. Did you miss the Game Topper 2.0 Kickstarter? Have no fear, it's not too late to get in on the ultimate gaming accessory. Convert your table into a high-quality gaming table with a fully portable Game Topper system and take advantage of some of the best 3mm premium gaming mats in the industry. New styles, new sizes, and new accessories can be yours. Upgrade every game you play by late backing now at GameToppersLLC.com.